is up, guys? It's your girl Troy, and I'm coming back at you with a Talks with Troy episode. So, first thing first, I'm so sorry that I haven't done the original Talks with Troy episodes, which is basically me just talking about my opinion towards something. I know I've done a lot of story times, and they may be interesting, they may be boring. I don't know. But I just want to let you guys know that I'm trying to get back to this format of talking about my original, opinions on things and politics and entertainment and stuff that's happening. So I'm going to give it to you guys. And this one's going to be a 2-in-1 story time just for you guys, since it's like a coming back special. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the campaign trail. And the second thing we're going to talk about is BRADGELINA breaking up. No. So we're going to definitely talk about that. But we're just going to go ahead and get started with the campaign trail. So first things first. I'm just going to tell you how I feel about each candidate. I'm not going to really get too into it because I do want this video to be a little bit shorter than my normal videos, but I'm not going to get too into it. But I'm just going to give you like a quick rundown. So here we go. Donald Trump, I feel like he says a lot of negative things towards women, and that's definitely not going to get him the women's vote. He needs to become president, and the women's vote is a really important vote in order to get to the president's seat. He completely lost that. I'm 100% sure. I'm 100% sure he lost that. Pretty sure he lost all Hispanic vote. That's a really important vote to get the president. Pretty sure he lost all that. Really, all the people I really see him winning over is like Caucasian people, and that's about it, honestly. I mean, if you look at a Trump rally, that's pretty much about it. And I just feel like a thing that he really can't be blamed for is the way he relays his messages. If you look at the first debate, he kept getting flustered and sputtering and, and stuttering and stuff like that. I feel like he kind of got a little bit overwhelmed, which is not something I would look for in a president, honestly. And I'm not trying to sway anybody's opinion. Your opinion is your opinion. But I'm just saying, like, he got flustered. He got, he looked a little hot, a little overwhelmed. And, I can't really blame him for that, because if it was me on that stage going against somebody who, appears to be more educated and more well-refined for the presidency, again, trying to be unbiased, not trying to sway your opinion, I'd be a little bit flustered too. I'd be like, that's how I would be. But I think what sometimes he makes sense, but most of the time he doesn't. And I think he needs to be a little bit more educated on like world reform and world health care and everything. He just needs a little bit more of an education. But I feel like he just, gets a little bit flustered sometimes, which we all do. So I completely identify with him on that, and I'm not going to blame him for that. But I just think sometimes he needs to put a cork in it, and sometimes some things he's really not necessary to let people know. I kind of like that he's an open book and he tells people how it is, but sometimes you just keep it to yourself, The world will be much happier if people kept things to themselves. But I'm just saying, that's how I feel about Donald. About Hillary, I definitely think, whenever she was up at the debate the other night, she definitely looked more well organized, poised, She honestly, if I had to look at what a president looked like out of the two, she looks more like a president than he does. And I know presidents in the past have been white males, but she kind of looks more, poised, like an image. Like if you were to take a picture of a president out of the two, I would pick her. But I'm not saying that I'm voting for her, but I'm saying that she looks more of a president. And she definitely knows how to speak to people, because she was walking around and like really getting in their faces saying, hey, this is how I feel. Hey, this is how I feel. Hey, she like looked people in the eye, and Donald did too, but he didn't do it as much as her. But the only reason, I think people are really skeptical of Hillary is because of those emails. I really think that's like one of the only, and Benghazi. But I feel like the emails are like a huge part too. Especially because they were involved with the Benghazi thing too. But I feel like she should just release them. I mean, if she really does not have anything to hide, like her daughter's wedding or like something else with family, then she should just release them, and it shouldn't be a problem. I know WikiLeaks like released it. Kind of. Not really, but it kind of released him, and that really kind of damaged her campaign. But I'm just saying, like, she should just release him. If she's really claiming that there's nothing on it, then why is she holding him back, I mean, there's got to be something a little bit sketchy if she's holding them back that hard. So I want to see, you know, what really did she send? Because if she didn't send any confidential information, why is she like so skeptical or hesitant to release it, you know? I know Donald Trump did have a point. I'm pretty sure the FBI is kind of really frustrated with her with the whole email scandal. I mean, I feel like I'd make the mistake of using a private server, possibly with confidential files, but or possibly, very possibly, I would possibly make the mistakes because I'm a person who considers all possibilities. But 33,000, I don't think I'd make the same mistake 33,000 times. I know I wouldn't. Maybe if I forgot to log out of my Gmail, but still, 33,000 times, I know I would probably stop around 5, you know? Like, you should, that should register a little bit in your mind that, oh, I hit 2,999. I need to stop. Yep, I need to stop. You know, you thought that would register a little bit in your mind that, oh, I'm going too far. Going way too far. But that's just personally how I feel about each candidate. They both definitely have their flaws, but I have to admit Donald Trump does have some points, and so does Hillary. So it really could go a 50-50 way. It looking more in Hillary's favor, especially after the debate the other night, because honestly, it sounded like Donald Trump was blaming it on terrorist groups, why he was having that locker room talk, which I didn't completely agree with, because what does that have to do with you and your bus talking to Baby Bush about? What was that even? That was I'm not gonna say it, but was the terrorist group even a thing? Was it? I don't think so. But now we're gonna move on to Brangelina. So if you don't know, if you've been living under a rock or you just don't care about entertainment and you're all a politics person, you can click out of this video. But for all my people who care about Bradgelina, they are breaking up. They are divorcing. Not even arguably, Hollywood's most powerful couple is ending. Oh, no one saw this coming. I have to admit, you know, I thought it was a little weird thinking about it now. I thought it was a little weird that they were not in the public eye as much as they used to be. You know, they used to walk red carpets and do all this stuff, but they haven't really been in the public eye that much, which I thought it was a really kind of strange, because they used to be like walking the red carpets together. I don't even think they were at any of the award season this year. I really don't think so. Like, at all. So I thought that was a little strange. But now I see why they weren't, because they were probably working on their family issues. But apparently he was hitting his children, and abuse was involved and all this stuff, and she just filed for divorce. It was her who filed for the divorce, not him. And you know, sometimes, you know, you would expect the men to, but really it was her. But I just thought, it just came as a shock to me, because I was like, what the heck? All I saw was Bradgelina ending divorce, you know, and they're filing for divorce, and the kids are involved in it. Unfortunately, you know, it always hurts my heart when I see kids involved in a divorce, because that's the kids' first like look at romance. It's their parents' romance, their parents' marriage, and they're just like, oh, it just ended. So that kind of ruins it for kids when they get to that age of being in relationships. They see a failed marriage and they're like, oh, maybe mine's gonna fail too because my parents ended, you know. So I really hate that kids have to be involved in the marriage, and I don't know what's gonna happen to them, but I hope it all works out in the end. But still, you know, it's just very sad, because they were Hollywood's most powerful couple. But I do understand that the public eye can really put a strain on a relationship, you know. So hopefully everything works out for them. But I was just really put out of shock. I was especially shocked with the abuse allegations, because a man hitting his kids and his wife is, I don't know if he hit her, but there was definitely allegations how he was hitting his children. So that's why I was like, a man hitting his kids, like, whoa, when you think of Brad Pitt, you wouldn't think he would hit his kids, you know? So that's why I was like a little taken back. I was like, whoa, what is going on here? But I really hope everything works out in the end, and they can just, you know, settle and find a way to keep the kids intact with both parents and everything. They are known for adopting a lot of kids, so they do have a lot of like adopted kids, but I hope everything works out for them. And that's going to be all for this Talks with Troy. I know it wasn't as detailed as it usually is, but since I do film on my phone, I don't have a lot of space. But I promise you that for Christmas, I'm going to ask for a camera. Christmas, I'm going to ask for a specific camera so I can use the film, so you guys can get the best treatment from my films and you can get the best quality from my films and you guys can enjoy it. But I am running out of time, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Don't forget to check out my vlog channel. I'll be linked in the description below, and you can see into a little sneak peek into my daily life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.